Hi everyone, I hope you all have had an amazing week so far. I wanted to start out by kind of explaining my absence for most of the week. It's a long story, but if you follow me on Instagram, you've kind of already gotten an idea of what was going on. So this is an empties video, so I'm going to start out with a very large amount of empties. You may notice my hair is a totally different color than it was on the last time I filmed. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember at this point. It has been a crazy couple of days. So I decided, I wanted to refresh my color, maybe go a little bit deeper, just a little bit deeper. Maybe add a tiny touch of warmth to it. So, I decided to go with my favorite hair brand, of course, John Frieda, First Empty. I decided to go with medium chocolate brown. This is a level 5, okay? Which means it is right in between black and blonde. So I was thinking nice, creamy, chocolatey brown, maybe like a milk chocolatey color. No. This color, this nice, rich, chocolatey color, ended up being closer to, I think, 90% dark chocolate. Dark cherry chocolate. We're talking a lot of red in this stuff. It looked like burgundy hair dye mixed with, like, incredibly dark brown. It looked horrific. Like, just bad. Like, worse than the last time. Actually, no, not worse. Very, very similar to the last time I screwed up my hair, which was just over a year ago, which involved me stripping all the color out of my hair with a hair color remover, which made my hair stink for 3 months, and then chopping it up to here. I wasn't going there again. I decided, okay, I'm going to take the kindler, gentler approach. So, after this was on my head and I flipped out, I did some research and I tried crushing vitamin C tablets and shampoo, putting a mixture of that on my hair. Did that twice. It lightened it barely. So I thought, okay, I've in the past corrected too dark of a dye by using a lighter blonde dye and put that on my hair, and it helped to neutralize the tones and bring it down, calm it down. So I grabbed this, my second empty. Now this is a medium natural blonde in a level 8. Normally, this would lighten me at least a shade if it had a decent amount of lift in it. What I did not know, and what I should have known by looking at the back of the package, is that John Frieda barely puts any lifting agents in their blonde dyes. There are like none in here. So I put this on my hair and it did nothing at all. Complete waste of time and money. So, that out the window, and me still with very dark red-brown hair that looks horrible with my skin tone. So I go, okay, I'm either going to strip my hair or I'm going to bleach my hair. And if I strip the color out of it, my hair is going to stink and it's going to trash my hair. Bleach is going to trash my hair too, but it's not going to stink as bad. So I grabbed bleach. I went with this method rather than the Sally method because, like, getting some stuff from Sally's and mixing up my own bleach, because I did not have, my husband isn't great at helping with things like that, and I didn't have anybody who could help me apply the bleach. So I wanted to go with something that would perhaps be more forgiving. I was wrong. Now, one thing that I did know is that you don't go from black to blonde. That doesn't happen in one step. Your hair goes black to dark brown to red to orange to whatever. And my hair tends to pull red colors, as I have learned throughout this little experiment. If my hair is given the chance to go red or orange, it will go red or orange. So what this did actually is it took my hair beyond orange. It took it to a banana yellow shade. Fine, excellent, fabulous. Banana yellow I can work with. So I decided to grab some Shimmer Light shampoo and see if I could leave it in long enough, because Shimmer Lights is a blue-violet toning shampoo, to help bring down the yellow, and I would end up with platinum. I'd be fine with platinum. Maybe throw some blue streaks in there. Have fun with it. Shimmer Lights didn't tone it out. So I went back to the drugstore with my husband, and he saw this one, a golden iridescent blonde, and he thought this would look gorgeous in your hair. I was like, my hair's probably going to go darker than this because the bleached hair is more porous and is going to absorb more of the dye, so it will probably end up darker than this. And he was like, okay, that's fine. That would still look good. And I made the mistake, this was completely my fault, not his, of forgetting the fact or ignoring the fact that golden does not mean golden. Golden in any hair dye means it's adding red to your hair. So what does my banana yellow hair turn into? Bright flippin' orange. Yeah, you heard me. Bright flippin' orange. And I'm not talking, I thought my hair was orange. I'm talking, I get up in the morning, let my kids out of their room, start getting them breakfast, and my 5-year-old just looks at me and cocks her head to the side and goes, Mommy, your hair is kinda orangey. That's the great thing about having a 5-year-old girl. They will always tell you the truth. So I basically panicked at that point. Not that, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes of hair dye later, I should have probably panicked earlier. And I started calling salons. I called several salons around the area, none of which are very good because, again, I live in Podunk, Ohio, and you can't find a decent salon here to save your life. At least in the area I live in. If there is one somewhere else, feel free to let me know about it. But all of them wanted upwards of $75 per hour to do color correction, and none of them could give me an estimate on how long it would take. And I didn't want to go into a salon and walk out of there 3 hours later, or 4 or 5 or 6, because I know color correction is expensive and takes a lot of time, and end up with a bill that costs more than the monthly rent on my house. I'm not cool with that. I also called some beauty schools in my area to see what they would charge for color correction, because I was willing to put my hair in the hands of a student if it would have been more reasonably priced. I got a student on the phone. Student passed me a teacher. The teacher said, well, we're technically not supposed to do color correction because it's students. First of all, why aren't you teaching your students how to do color correction and letting them practice on people? Here, have my head. It's a perfect thing for you to play with. But she said we're not technically supposed to do it, so really the only thing we could do would be to dye over with a darker color. I'm like, okay, that would be okay, but the issue is my hair pulls red. Can you guys make it more ashy? And she's like, well, we're not sure. You'd have to come in. We'd have to do a consultation. We'd have to look at it. We don't have the time today because we only have 4 hours left in the day. And she's like, we wouldn't be able to do it until Saturday. I'm like, well, Saturday's too late. I have an important meeting on Saturday, and I can't have funky orange hair for it. And also, it threw me off that she said they couldn't take me lighter because they do offer bleaching services. They very easily could have bleached my hair lighter and then toned it to an appropriate shade. So if I call them and ask, hey, can you fix this? And they go, well, we can't take it lighter when they do bleaching services. I'm like, can't or aren't willing to risk my hair breaking off because I'll sign a waiver. So I didn't really want to deal with that. That left me with two options. I ended up doing a lot of research, and my choices were either go to Sally's and buy a toner, a blue toner, like an actual toner, not a shampoo, and dye my hair with the blue toner and hope that it neutralized the orange but didn't turn my hair green. So that was option number one. Option number two was go back to the drugstore and buy another box of hair dye, this time in an ash shade because ash has gray and blue undertones, and keep my fingers crossed and pray, there was a lot of praying in this, that it would turn my hair to a decent color. I also knew that I couldn't go with a blonde. I had to go with a brown shade because mixed in with the orange, I had chunks of lighter, chunks of darker, streaks, spots, all kinds of not good going on. So I decided to go with option number two, which was to dye my hair an ash shade. And so I decided to pick up Garnier because I know from previous experience of accidentally turning my hair gray once that their ash shades are very, very, very ash, and they will kill any redness in your hair. So I picked up light ash brown mochaccino because I didn't want to risk it at this point. I didn't want to do any more processing to my hair than was absolutely necessary because I know my hair, I know it really, really well, and I could tell it was starting to get trashed. So it kind of was I can do one, maybe two more processes to it, and then after that I'm risking massive issues. Now mind you, I did all of this happened in a span of 3 days. I dyed it red, hated it. That next day I dyed it blonde, it didn't take. Then that same day, I bleached it and put the other blonde dye on top of it and turned it orange. And then the day after that, I dyed it with this. So literally in the span of 3 days, I dyed my hair 5 times, including a bleach. So what I want to say to you is, repeat after me now. What Joanna did to her hair is stupid. Do not do this to your own hair at home. Okay? Because I am very lucky my hair did not break into shattered pieces and fall out on the floor, to be completely honest. Most of you, if you are an actual hairdresser, are probably looking at me and going, no, don't do it. Don't do that to your hair. And I completely agree. Don't do this to your hair. I prefer fixing things on my own because if I screw it up, then it's my fault. And I'm not in the middle of a salon losing my mind on somebody else because that would happen. I'm losing my mind on myself for being stupid and dyeing my hair orange because I know better. But anyway, put this on my hair. Set the timer for 30 minutes, played some Sims, kept my fingers crossed, lots of praying, rinsed it out, and hallelujah, it was fixed. Now, my hair at this point is nowhere near perfect. I can tell you right now, I have got some blonde streaks. It looks like highlighting, which is actually really nice, but I have some blonde streaks here. The back, I wasn't going to show you, but in the interest of being honest, I'm going to show you. The back is totally splotchy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the back is totally and completely splotchy. Like, looks like somebody flicked a paintbrush on it. But you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna let it be. You guys don't see the back of my head that often. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to let it go. And in another maybe 6 to 8 weeks, I will dye my hair again. Probably with this exact same mochaccino color, because I really like the way it went on and the general tone it gives my hair. But I will probably dye it again, and eventually everything will fade out and level out. I do know that from previous experience, that streaks and splotches and funky bits will eventually even themselves out. But my hair is also incredibly damaged right now. It honestly doesn't look that bad on camera. Mind you, I also have coconut oil and No More Tangles baby spray in it because it really helps make it smooth. But my hair is basically going to be babied for the next few months. Deep conditioning treatments, hair masks. You will not see me using salt sprays. You will not see me curling my hair. The likelihood of me flat ironing it is slim to none. My hair will be in its very, very natural state for a while until it heals. So that is 5 boxes of hair dye and a bleach. Well, 4 boxes of hair dye and a bleaching treatment. And I finally have my hair back to, oddly enough, fairly close to the color I started with. So, yeah, I have learned my lesson when it comes to dark hair dyes. Apparently, it is a bad idea for me to go with anything darker than, 10 is black, 1 is like super duper platinum blonde. It is very, very dumb for me to go with anything darker than a 6 or 7 at the darkest. Like, the only reason I put 6 on my hair was to cover and fix. 5 and up, I'm not touching again because for some reason they pull crazy, crazy dark in my hair because it's so porous and it is so damaged. I know that, but that 5 in the Drum Frida pulled way, way deeper than a 5 ever should have pulled, even on damaged hair. So, not very happy with that. But at least I got it fixed. My hair is somewhat decent, workable. It may look like a hot mess to you, but you know what? At least it isn't orange. So, I'm grateful for that. Alright, now that I got through the big hair debacle saga and all the empties that go with that, I'm going to get into the rest of the empties I've got right now. So I know this has been really, really long so far, so I'm going to go through these as quick as I possibly can. First up, I have simple exfoliating wipes, which I and my husband love. You guys see them every single empties video. And more exfoliating wipes. And cleansing wipes. And I think that's all the wipes I have. I went through a thing of my cotton squares that I love. These are the Whispers brand. I find these at Bed Bath & Beyond, and they are completely smooth squares. They aren't like bumpy or ridgy or have little fluffy things coming off of them, so they're great for doing your nails. I finally went through a thing of Johnson's baby oil. I like using this out of the shower when my skin's crazy dry, or if I run out of shaving cream. That's the word. If I run out of shaving cream, I will also use this. Let's see, I have a thing of Epsom salts. I have issues with my back from a fall I had over a year ago. So I like to do Epsom salt soaks, and my husband is a roofer and he likes to do Epsom salt soaks. So we always keep a bag of this stuff around. And this is the Soften and Nourish with milk and honey, and it smells amazing. Great for those just want to relax type baths. I went through a shampoo. This is the Herbal Essences Naked Shine shampoo in white tea and mint. I love this shampoo. It's amazing. It's clarifying, but it's still really gentle on your hair. So I went through that. Oh, I just finished this up. Not Your Mother's Smooth Moves Frizz Control Cream. I love this cream. I went through another dry shampoo. Batiste, my favorite. Ooh, lashes. I finally wore out a pair of 120 Demis. These are Ardell's. Ooh, this is old. This is the L'Oreal Go 360 Clean Exfoliating Scrub. As you can see, I wasn't a huge fan of this because of how old this is. Like, think how old this stuff is. It still says new on it. This came out like 2 or 3 years ago. I had it in my cabinet as a backup scrub, and I finally went through it. It was pretty good. It wasn't awesome, so meh. And then last, I went through 2 hand soaps. I love the Bath & Body Works hand soaps. Yes, these are both Christmas themed. What happens is I buy, when they have like the 7 for $20 sale on their hand soaps, I go and buy a ton, and I always get seduced by all the holiday scents that they have, whatever time of year it is. So I usually end up using like gingerbread scented soap in the middle of August, which I'm actually is in my bathroom right now. But Candy Cane Bliss and Frosted Plumberry, and I loved both of these. They are just awesome. So yeah, highly, highly recommend these soaps. I love them. So that is pretty much it, you guys. Yeah. Went through it pretty quick, but that's actually a lot of stuff. Like, there's a huge pile of stuff on the floor of my office right now. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you guys are struggling with your own hair woe issues right now, I hope this video was a good example of what not to do, and maybe it provided a little bit of humor in your day, laughing at me and the orange hair, which I will not be sharing a picture of. So if you guys have any questions, comments, just want to say hi or share your own orange hair story, you can go ahead and do so down in the comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on JoannaBrooks.net and on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. I'm pretty much everywhere, and all the links for that are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!